It's good, guys. It's the Vault tutorials. Now, first thing I gotta say here, noobs out. No noobs here. I am not a build maker. This isn't even a build. This isn't even a build guide. This is more of like an idea. I see my channel as more like a marketplace of ideas, kind of a forum, more than like a classroom. You know what I'm saying? So this is an idea here. It's a new genre of League Start video, right? Not a build guide. So I'm gonna be going Berserker slams. Not a lot of, I haven't seen a lot of videos going, just talking about slams in general, even less Berserker slams. Uh, this Captain Lance obviously is the primary guy who's pushing this. But yeah, I just want to give you guys a better view here of what's gonna go on with this build here. I put on some very shitty items, guys. As you can tell, guys, as I said, I'm not a build maker. So I am a very ethical person. You know what I'm saying? If you look at these weapons here, we got a 800 DPS axe, which, according to my friend, is pretty easy to get. I'm not sure about this one, but I mean it's whatever. We got just like life and armor on these things. I got a bit lazy, not gonna lie. Instead of putting the resistances on the items, I put them over here. It is what it is, but I mean, you can get these resists. I mean, there's no uniques here. Got a bunch of space to get your resists here. I'm just lazy. You know what I'm saying? No flasks. Whatever, man. Still hitting some decent numbers, even if we're not putting in too much. If we look at the calcs, let's look at the configuration here, guys. I only put like things that are fucking guaranteed. Obviously we're gonna have endurance charges. Onslaught we're gonna get with our anoint, which is pretty cheap. Our anoint is over here. It costs the Vrinth, Teal, and Crimson Oil. We're gonna get onslaught on there, so that's why it's there. 55 rage is what we're gonna hit. I'm pretty sure if I counted correctly all of the nodes. We'll be leeching all the time. Obviously, we're intimidating, and yeah. So these numbers, as you can tell, like these numbers to the left here, every single one of them is very, very, very conservative. Now, let's get into the build itself, right? Let's look at skills first. So, first of all, let's talk about blood magic. Now, blood magic has been a pretty popular pick for slams. Zizaran has it for his slam slayer. Captain Lance has it for his slam berserker. I will decide against it for now, though. If it doesn't work out for me, it's right there. I'll just click on it. The reason I'm pretty like uncertain on the reason I don't want to go blood magic is because of like the opportunities that you have if you don't. If you don't go blood magic, you can auto exert every single Warcry in the game, and still have like a lot of unreserved mana, right? I have 45% unreserved mana, and I'm reserving like pretty much every Warcry in the game, which is relevant, which like actually exerts attacks. And I didn't even put like Vengeful Cry here. They didn't even put it. I'm not sure if it. Wait, I'm actually not sure if Vengeful Cry even. Uh, okay, so it doesn't exert attacks, right? This new Vengeful Cry. So we're probably not gonna put it in. But yeah, we have to note that we have Battle Mage's Cry here, so we can apply the curse of our choice. I put in vulnerability or punishment here. I selected punishment here. You got the debilitated effect, which is pretty good. Vulnerability, I found that it was like just a little bit less damage, but I mean it's whatever. Between the two, the damage is very similar. Oh yeah, we gotta go over one of the worries about auto exertion that I saw a lot of people on Reddit talking about. So the issue with auto exertion, if I just look it up here on fucking I don't know. Just gonna look up on the wiki. So we do not get the buff. So supported Warcries don't give the buff. They do exert the attacks though, right? So pretty much we're losing every single buff. So for Intimidating Cry, you know, who cares? We got like the buff. So as you can see, like in the text here, anything that says buff grants, we're not gonna get because it's auto exerted, but we are gonna get whatever says exert. So as you can see here, the exert for Intimidating Cry is very, very powerful. Deal double damage. So this is pretty much the cry that you'll always see on people's auto exert, even if they're going blood magic, right? Because the buff is like very minor. You're not losing out on a lot. Now, the worry that people have is on the other ones, right? So here, Seismic Cry used to give you more armor, used to give you increased stun thresholds, and now you're not gonna get that. You're just gonna get the exerted attacks have 50 more per area of effect. And for Battle Mage's Cry, we have critical strike chance, which, yeah, we just don't care about this because we are not critting. Are not critting for the moment. We are going Resolute Technique. So this Battle Mage's buff that we're losing, not a big deal at all. Actually, it's nothing. So basically, we're just losing out on Seismic's Cry effect. It's really not a big deal, guys. We're losing a bit of armor, but we are getting to, even with like the shittiest fucking gear, the shittiest fucking gear, and just a couple of endurance charges, and we're already at 89% physical damage reduction, and so we're 1% away from the cap. And as I was saying, you know, very like actually terrible gear that I put on here right now. Alright, terrible gear. I put in some stats in here just to like. There were like 2 warnings here on the bottom left because we didn't reach the intelligence or the dexterity requirements. So you're gonna have to rely on your gear a bit for dexterity and intelligence, as always, right? So I put it in here. I allocated Hatchet Master as well, which is the annoyance earlier. But yeah. Anything else I wanted to talk about? This build's pretty simple, guys. Oh yeah, the Ascendancy is pretty obvious. Every single Berserker is going for this, pretty much. No blitz, no blitzing. That's kind of stupid. And I don't even know what this is. I don't even know what the fight pain is. But yeah, Aspect of the Carnage, exerting twice as many attacks. Crave the Slaughter, and Rite of Ruin. What's very interesting is that by playing Berserker instead of Slayer, you really get to double down on this new Rage mechanic. Rage is losing its attack speed effect, guys. And if you guys don't know, like that's like especially for slams, like that's huge. Slam originally is such a slow skill that if you don't have attack speed, like you're just gonna start swinging the thing, and like you're just gonna die while you're swinging the thing, you know. So obviously, this node is very nice because Berserker is the only one that gets to keep the rage effect from the attack speed effect from rage. Sorry, and then obviously you get increased rage effect here, so you're actually gonna get the attack speed and you're gonna get the more damage from rage, which is very new. A little bit of impale here, but it's really, you know, it's really on the side, you know. It's just for damage. We're not really focusing on impales that much. We are level 95 here. I wanted to talk about this section right here. So I put this section right here just in case you can't find Mana Leech on gear. One of the issues that we have by not going Blood Magic is that we actually have to deal with mana cost. As you can see, we do have a mana cost of 52 per second and a mana regen of 11. That's not good. Again, nothing on the gear, right? If you can find like even mana regen, like you can easily find like 40 mana regen on gear to meet your mana cost per second in the middle. Or you could find like any percentage, like even 0.2% mana leech on your gear anywhere, and like if you get that, you can save yourself 1, 2, 3, like 3 points right there. And at that point, you can just say, "Hi, do I really want to be on a wavering? No, we can like do this too, right? And go like this, and suddenly we're level 87, right? So this is really like if you really can't find any mana leech, should be pretty rare. Like you should get some somewhere, right? It's the only thing when, but however, we do have a lot of a big unreserved mana pool. So, you know, it shouldn't be that bad. The reason we have such a big unreserved mana pool is because there's no more cries left, right, to reserve, and we did put our pride into Eternal Blessing. So yeah, I think it's important to have a big mana pool if you are not going blood magic. There's something about auto exertion that a lot of people ignore. I think it's here. I'm gonna control F here, like mana cost. So, uh, where is it? Yeah, Warcries triggered through auto exertion still require spending their cost to trigger. So don't forget this, guys, because like that's still a lot. And this brings me to another point, which is the fact that I've seen a lot of POBs where they put the cry to level 20, even though it's linked to auto exertion. I believe that's a big mistake. Leveling the cry itself doesn't really affect the exerted attacks effect, it just stays the same. And it only affects the buff duration, as you can see here. Like, for example, if I write down Intimidating Cry, as you can see, the mana cost is going up, but the base duration of the buff is going up. And I think it also affects like the Warcry speed, but who cares if we're auto-exerting it, right? So basically, don't level up your Cry if it's linked to auto-exertion usually. And you can save yourself some mana costs because you are going to be paying every single Cry. Every single time you do one of these Cries, you are going to be paying 13, 14, 15 mana costs, non-negligible right there. For the ground slam itself, I did put it on a 5 link, again to be conservative. You're definitely replacing one of these by the new overexertion support, which is not available on POB yet. I assume it's very hard to code in, understandable. Supported attacks deal up to 18% more damage for each Warcry exerting them. Obviously huge for us, that is using, because we're automating every single Warcry in the game. And 10% more if there's any exertion at all. So obviously, over exertion takes priority over every single link here. It's even better than brutality for us. So yeah, we just fit it in somewhere. Probably pulverize, or maybe fortify. I think fortify. We can replace fortify by overexertion and then add in fortify at the end. But yeah, so our sixth link would kind of look like this. Does it? No, it's not there yet. But we'd have overexertion up here, like top priority. Obviously, we're missing a little bit of damage, you know, because this is just a better support than everything. So the numbers aren't accurate. We should be doing more. Yeah, the only cry we're really not automating is Enduring Crime. There's no sense in automating this one since it doesn't exert anything. It only buffs us. We are kind of relying on it. So we're just gonna press this as a defensive, right? This might sound kind of cringe to you guys that like automating stuff. I like automating stuff as well, but this isn't really a big deal. You can pretty much use this as if it was a health pot, right? You could think of Enduring Cry as if it was a health pot. You know, you do it when you're fucked. We're also going over here to get some endurance charges on kill, so we don't completely rely on Enduring Cry either. You can choose, especially at earlier levels, to not go over here. And this saves us a lot. I mean, now we're level 78. Now we're level 78 because we took this, we took this, we took this. This is probably what your tree would look like at level 78. If you need mana leech, you can go over here. If you want to go for the guaranteed endurance charges, you can go over here, you could go over here and over here to get the jewel. But yeah, this would be like the base tree here, level 78 here. So yeah, I will be sharing this. I will be sharing this in the description. Oh, I almost forgot. As for leveling, guys, oh man, I don't have this ready. Hold on. As I said, guys, I'm not a build guide maker. Let me pull this up. I had this on the. I sent this in a Discord channel at some point. I'm just gonna hide it. You know, I don't want to show you. I don't want to show you guys my secret Discord here. But for leveling, no, this is not it. Whoops. This is pretty much the POB from the guy that speedran the game on Marauder. He did it on Juggernaut. That doesn't matter. We're just gonna take a different Ascendancy. It doesn't. Uh, it's not huge at all. We can basically do the same thing. We're basically just playing Sunder all the way through. Technically, if you want to, like, with this speedrunner, like, mind you, this is the guy that speedran the game. He finished the campaign in 3 hours and 30 minutes. So at Act 9, I think he picked up Bone Shatter instead because he managed to get it online, and it's a bit faster than Sunder. But if you're not sweating that much, how the way you level this is you pretty much pick up Ground Slam after killing Hillock, and at level 12, this is not it. After killing Cavern of Wrath, right? So basically, as soon as you hit level 12, you're going to be able to equip Sunder, and you're just using this for the rest of the campaign. Seems kind of unintuitive because we are going to be playing Ground Slam of Earthshaking for maps. But a Ground Slam at the early level is just it just sucks. It just sucks compared to Sunder, so that's why we're doing the little switch there. And I mean, you could even do maps with Sunder, right? Because this build like works. Like Sunder is a physical slam, so you can put any physical slam up in here, right? You can put any physical slam up in here. If you want a boss, if you want to do bosses, you can put Earth Shatter here instead of Ground Slam. This is just the best for clearing. As you can see, we have an increased angle. And we just this is basically for like slamming the entire screen, right? So just comfort stuff for clearing the map. But if you do wanna, I don't know, if you're fighting Cyrus at some point, you can just take this, switch it up for Earth Shatter, and just infinitely better. Yeah, that's about it, guys. So I'm gonna be putting the POB for leveling, which is not mine, in the description, and I'm also gonna be putting this POB right here that I've cooked up a bit, heavily inspired by Captain Lance. By the way, I'm gonna be putting it in, and yeah, you guys can tweak it a bit if you like, because the gear sucks. I didn't put any jewels. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Have a great league. Let's play some Poe, guys. Let's play some Poe. Yo, peace out.